This game upset me quite a lot. I really tried to win it, and I even got camped a lot, and most of the ganks were actually turned around by me. The enemy Lilia ganked me a lot, and most of the time I actually managed to get a double kill out of it. But it still wasn't enough to win the game, unfortunately. I think at one point I kinda lashed out at my team and told them that they're gapped, and I was just typing in chat expressing my frustration, but that's about it really. The most I did is tell them that they're gapped. I was just somewhat upset at the fact that we lost the game, despite the fact that I continued to kill Lilia every time she came top lane, or almost every time she came top lane. Putting that aside though, let's talk about the matchup. This is a pretty skilled matchup, and depending on what you build, it's gonna be easier or harder to fight the Ornn. Blade of the Ruin King rush is pretty good into him, but the thing about Ornn is that he's gonna build a lot of resists. He will buy a lot of armor and magic resist and even a lot of health. And Warwick deals a lot of mixed damage. Blade of the Ruin King deals physical damage, his auto attacks deal physical damage as well, but his Q deals full-on magic damage, same for his ultimate, and even part of his auto attacks is magic. So what you can do into Ornn if you want is purchase Terminus second, and Terminus will give you 30% armor and magic penetration, which is phenomenal against a champion like Ornn. Afterwards, if you wish to just perma side lane, you can take a Hole Breaker, and that way Ornn will need to unironically ult the cannon minion to kill it. Otherwise, you can fully ignore him, proc the Hole Breaker effect under his tower, and then walk away. You can also hold your Q and become immune to the brittle damage. If he does an auto attack while you are holding your Q, you won't take any of the bonus damage. That can be huge to know in this lane. Most of the time you don't want to teamfight against Ornn unless you're super fed, and even then it still might be better to just perma side lane.
Memories come back every time you stray. Micromanage like a boss.
The toughest part of the laning phase is before you get your very first Giant's Belt. Once you acquire that Giant's Belt, it's much easier. Gangplank will basically always rush Sheen, so you can buy a cloth armor after the Giant's Belt and sit on it, and that will lower his Q poke damage by a significant amount. You can also use auto plus E to quickly kill one of his kegs, and that way he won't be able to refresh his passive and you won't take keg damage. The later the game goes, the better this lane gets for Mundo. You can buy Titanic Hydra to kill his keg even quicker, and you can also go for a Ronduin's Omen as your second item, let's say. Gangplank will always go for 100% crit or at least 75% crit. So by taking Ronduin, you effectively reduce his damage by 30%. The moment you hit 3 items, you can face tank every single one of his kegs and take like 4 passive burns and you will still win the 1v1 as long as your ultimate is up. You will straight up stat check him in melee range. And getting hit by all of his kegs and a lot of passive burn is the best case scenario for Gangplank. If you manage to kill 1 or 2 kegs, it's game over for him in the 1v1. He genuinely does not have the damage to duel you out later on. All you have to do is make sure that you play it a bit passive. If you want to play it super passive, wait double Giant's Belt and a cloth armor, and then you can fight him way more. You can always side lane into him and he can't stop you. You straight up annihilate him over there. In team fights, he might get a good barrel combo on your backline and that might win a team fight, so you can stick to just side laning if you wish.
Budget cuts, so Mundo. We never started mail room. Be too smart. VP, President, and CEO. Everyone pays. Mundo play. Mundo owns what he pleases. Scum. Mundo used to be doctor. Realized that's hell making money. More motivation. Mundo play. Mundo fire.
Enemy double kill.
Mundo to enemy
Enemy double kill.
assets everywhere.
Has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
When you work with Mundo,
Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy double kill. Double kill. Triple kill.
Right now, Baron is up and multiple enemy members are dead. So what I look to do is hard push bot lane and keep pushing until people answer me. This can give my team an opportunity to do the Baron for free. If the enemy team tries to contest the Baron, my team can walk away. And that way I will take everything on bot lane and maybe even one of the Nexus turrets. But if the enemy team comes to answer me, then my team takes the Baron for free. It's a lose-lose situation for them. This lane is a rather painful one, but it is manageable. One really important thing to do is to start with your red trinket. This way you can stand in a brush and Vayne can't poke you, because if she wards up the brush you can just sweep her it. And at least this way she won't deny you minion XP. But there is another usage for this red trinket that people tend to overlook. Whenever Vayne uses her Q while she has her ultimate effect on, she will go invisible. So if you use your red trinket you can actually see where she's going. You won't be able to actually hit hit her like target her, but you will see where she is roughly at. Another usage can be to just use the red trinket if she wards up if she's chasing you, because that way if she has her ultimate on and tries to look for a kill, she will need to tumble into the brush, because the red trinket will deny any vision from her yellow or blue trinket, and that can allow you to wait out her ghost or ultimate. Plated steel caps rush is very good into Vayne, and in this lane I like to max my Q as Garen. I will basically perma-charge on cooldown on Vayne the moment I get plated steel caps and 3 or 4 points into my Q. This way I force her to tumble away and maybe even to condemn me away, and if she condemns me she will go out of mana very quickly. Once you get to your stride breaker, it is much more manageable and you can take the short trades very easily. You just have to sustain up and play it slowly until then. And do not greed your ghost. The moment Vayne uses her ghost to chase you down, do the same. This way you make sure you don't die. Once you get Edge of Night, she can never condemn you off of her because only her E will proc down the spell shield. So she needs to use 2 E's to make sure that the second one finally gets you off of her. Do not be afraid to charge at Vayne the moment you get 4 points into your Q and have plated steel caps. You need to make sure you perma-charge at her to force her to go out of mana. Otherwise it's going to be much tougher for you.
An enemy has been slain.
Forward!
An enemy has been slain.
Our deeds shape the future. Resolute.
Slain an enemy.
Strength of Demacia. Behold, be just. Raise their ranks! To protect our land. My law or my soul. We fight for those who cannot. I'm coming. Charge! Demacia!
Thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you found the information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
I am favored by the gods and awaited in the Hall of Bones.